My name is Beni Asllani. I am a professor of data analytics at the Rollins College of Business. I hold the professorship in Rollins Professorship in Artificial Intelligence. It happens that in my big data class that I teach, we use a programming language called Scala, which is a scalable language programming similar to Java. And my students happen to know more Python. These days, students mostly know Python as a machine learning algorithm. So I used one of the assignments I used for data processing, which was basically the source was basically on Scala. I used students to use ChatGPT to convert that code from Scala to a Python code. And I asked them to add comments so they can understand what the code was doing. And that's what they did. So that was a data processing assignment with Python, but with the help of ChatGPT. I always, in my background, is that we have to introduce ChatGPT and other generative tools to make sure that we use them in the classrooms. There are two ways. You either can ignore them and say students, no, you cannot, or you can embrace them and try to use them. So from that perspective, I thought will be a good way to start introducing ChatGPT in a way that they can benefit, so the students can see that how this tool is not diminishing their learning process, but actually is enriching their learning process. Because instead of spending hours and hours on writing a code and troubleshooting the code, they spend less time on coding and spend more time now to data analysis, data insights, and become more competitive as a data scientist in the future. So every new technology has a different way of approaching things. And so I think that is a big challenge, because we're always trained to think in the old ways, and we are established on that way. We kind of know how it is, and if it's a new thing comes, it just kind of throws us off. And so that is important for us to just learn the new rules of the game. If you want to be successful in this new paradigm, you have to learn the new rules of the game. So that was a challenge. Every time when this came and I was thinking about introducing ChatGPT, and I thought we need to make sure that we explain that now the learning process will not be the same as before. As I said, while before was more about how to do things like steps and everything. Now it's more why we do things and understand why this code is generating what's supposed to be code. So it's a mindset from the teacher's perspective, professor's perspective, and the student's perspective. We should move toward AI, especially professors and those that teach coding. We are like at the forefront of embracing generative AI and other AI models, but we should be always careful about how we approach that. The goal is to make it be there and at the same time not mention it too much. It's just like there, like in other tools like statistics, right? We assume that students know statistics or Excel, right? We assume that students know some Excel when they give an assignment. We don't say it in an assignment like in a finance course. Like we don't say like use Excel to calculate the ROI. We're just there, we teach it with Excel, and students are going to use Excel. So if it becomes like that is the part that generative AI is going to be really useful and productive and help our process.